Hey there, I'm Adam Peterson, and I just wanted to showcase my recipe storage program. So I initially learned this or I initially developed it to learn Kotlin, which I've learned a lot more about the syntax and about functions that are integrated into Kotlin and libraries that you can use with it. And so just to go over it really quickly, um, I'll start this up again. So we get this menu here that we can see in the code that has four options for like viewing, adding, deleting, or editing recipes. Or also you can leave the program as a fifth option. And it uses a when switch case statement to determine which of these functions you're going to call, or if you're going to break out of the program loop. So we'll check out this first function to view recipes. I made a joke one that's just air. Air is pretty great. I like air. So this determines right here, this bit checks if the folder is empty of recipes, and if not, it will display the recipe name. And so we can choose that just by entering the number next to it, and it will display by Levi Peterson, just long lost brother of Adam Peterson. I edited this 3 times in some other takes, so it shows that as well, and it has a timestamp, and it has the cook time. You know, you don't really cook air; you just kind of breathe it, and that's the steps. And also the ingredients are air and more air, but a different way of spelling air, just incorrect way of spelling air. And so there's that. That's how you view recipes. It also in the code it parses it out from the JSON so it looks a little bit clearer, and it does that and displays it in this clean little like recipe card kind of format. So um, let's add a recipe. I think I really like cereal. Cereal is a great recipe. 2 ingredients, 2 steps, 3 if you're feeling generous. We'll go down to here just to showcase this really quick. And so it stores all of the information here in values, which are non-mutable versions of variables. Um, and then down here, it actually takes this information. We add the title with this one, author here. It stores the date here, etc., etc. With also with the instructions here. There's another one of those. And so then here, you can add the author's name. This one's me, even though I totally didn't invent how to do cereal. Like 0 hours and 1 minute to the road together. Cereal, pretty important ingredient in cereal. Can't spell right now. Can't have cereal without cereal. I also don't really want cereal without milk. So we'll let that too. We'll exit that part, and then it'll ask for steps. So you just pour, no, not pour. Well, yes, pour cereal into bowl, pour milk into same bowl, and then enjoy. That's a pretty cool step too. We like enjoying. We exit, we view the recipes, and we see that cereal is in there. And so you can also view it the same as the other, with all those steps we just added. And it stores it as a JSON right here. Well, no, it records it as a JSON right here, and then stores that information right here. So that's an add recipe. How do we delete a recipe? So if I can find the function really quick. So it'll call this one, and it works the same as the others. It'll check if, dang it, I just started adding a recipe, so I'm gonna stop the program and restart it really quick to delete instead of adding. So we see those 2 recipes right there. It checks to see if there's any, won't return any if there's none, but it did see some recipes there. And so we pick one of these. I don't think air is a recipe that really needs to exist. And so we view the recipes and we see that cereal is the only one left there. It doesn't quite reflect it in here, but you have to like restart IntelliJ to see that change reflected in the file structure. So, oh well. So we'll go back and let's try editing the recipe that we made a minute ago. So this will check to see which ones are available. We can go in and it will load all of the info really quickly using some parsing, and then it will ask what we want to change. So let's say I don't think cereal is a good enough title. We can change it to Captain Crunch. So first, when we chose the switch case of when we chose the title, it put it into a switch case, um, and I ran into an issue where if I name it the same thing, it will delete the old file and the new file in trying to overwrite it. And so I fixed that with this by just checking to see, um, like only if the old file if the like only replace the old file if the name's different. So otherwise it'll just overwrite. Um, and so it was a weird quirk with the way it checks the title because it names the file after the title of the recipe. So we can go back, we can edit some more things about this, like the author. We'll name it Levi again. Levi Peterson, because you know the very obscure brother of Adam Peterson is Levi Peterson. We'll also change the instructions a bit, and so we'll say this takes 0 hours and 2 minutes because you just couldn't find the cereal for a little bit there. Cereal and milk, and we'll say sugar because you just really need an extra boost in the morning. So this will showcase that that adds an extra one. And then pour, we'll consolidate a little bit. Pour milk and cereal into bowl. And enjoy. And then we'll exit. Okay, and so then we can view that recipe. See the cereal's there now. And you see that Levi made it. We edited it a few times, changed the cook time there, added a new ingredient, and then changed the steps. So it is fully functional. So thanks for checking this out, and I appreciate your time.